Hey, what's going on everyone? Today I'm going to be listing the top 5 best ways to win your box fights, if it's an arena or if it's in creative box fights or a wager that you're doing. So yeah, let's get right into it. So tip number 1 is basically approaching a box from any of its sides. So basically if there's a box, if someone's boxed up just like this, I don't have any one to help me out with this video, but if anyone does, just comment for a future video like this, because I need someone to help me with these. But first off, what you want to be able to do is you want to just ramp around the box until you get into this position where you're cornering the roof part right here. Assuming none of these are yours, you want to come up to one of the sides. I'm using this side. You could do this side, but I find this side easier. You put a cone and a wall down. Now, basically this wall won't be yours, so you can't just make any edits. You want to pickaxe it once, wait for an edit. If they make an edit, don't drop down. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. Just take the shot. If they don't make an edit, you can come where they can't see you, which would be right here, and they can't see you. You can break it or not that. You can break it and take it, and then you've got to make this edit, or you can make this edit. It doesn't really matter. I normally do this edit, and then you've got to put a cone in their box from this angle, and then you can stay up here and take a shot, and then you can drop down if they're really low. And 50-50, or not 50-50 because they'll be low, and just jump in and kill them. So that's the first tip. Let's move right on to the second tip. So on to the second tip. Now, if someone has managed to fully box you in with the cone, the roof, and assuming they have another cone on top. So the first thing you want to do is just make sure that none of these walls are yours, because if they are, or even if the cone is yours, you can make a stair cone edit and make it like that and try to just break out just like that and escape. But assuming nothing's yours, what you want to first do is try to get an angle where they can't see you, assuming you're fully pieced up. So you want to go, assuming they're right here or assuming they're right here, you want to go, if they're right there, you want to go down into this little ditch part where they won't be able to see you. So I could give you their point of view if they're over here. They won't be able to see you if you're right, your head will be around there. So they won't be able to see you. So you'll be right here. And then basically they won't be able to see you, so you can try to take this time to pickaxe out. If they make a cone edit, the only 2 edits they can make is either that edit, which isn't going to do anything because you still have this cover, or they're going to make this edit, which isn't going to do anything because you still have this cover. So you go here, and if you have the opportunity, you can probably go for a double pickaxe to get out, and then you can most likely box up from right here. And you can just continue your box fight, just like I taught you in the previous tip, and I'm going to teach you in the future tips in this video, so yeah. Okay, so moving on to tip 3, this is basically how to, more of a peek strategy. So we can do 2 scenarios, assuming they have this stair just like this, and they are behind the stair right here, right hugging into this wall behind the stair, and you're in a box right beside this one. Assuming you have this wall, you're going to want to make you can make Dorito edit, normally what I do. You can you can pickaxe swing once, or even twice, because they will think you're standing here, pickaxe swinging, but you're actually right here. So you're going to pickaxe swing twice, and then, for example, they might try to pre-fire thinking you're here, pickaxe swinging it, but in reality you're actually, if I do it again, in reality, you're all the way back here where they won't be able to see you, because look, your head is below this Dorito edit. So you want to double pickaxe this, and then you can basically, if they try to pre-fire you, you have the time to go for a jump shot on them. Or yeah, so I do recommend, if you're going for Dorito jump shots, put a cone in your box so you can hit the roof faster and get an easier shot on them. See how much faster I go than if it's without this. They have a lot longer of time to shoot you, so I recommend doing that. But assuming they have a cone in your box this time, I normally would recommend the same strategy, or even a window edit, because you can always go for jump peaks, and then you can actually see behind that, as I was showing before. But it's going to be a very, very hard shot to take, because you're going to be behind here, and they're going to have to make a window edit to jump and hit you, which is going to be very hard. But if you can somehow pull it off, that would be the only counter to someone getting out of your box. So yeah, basically I would normally just, if they were trying to break out, just go over to this corner, jump, and you can obviously see them here, and if they edited this way, they could break out, and then you'd be still alive, of course, which is all that really matters. or they could edit this way, and you could easily use this to push yourself back into your box and reset that. So basically, if they're in here, take this. If they're trying to break that, you can actually edit from quite far away. Like I could edit this from this far away, or I could hold it from this far away. So if they broke it from here, I could build it from all the way back here. And then while they're trying to break out again, I could jump over and take an easy shot. So yeah, moving on to tip number 4. So for this tip, this is how you want to play defensive. Basically, if you're in a box and they are trying to WT your box and you are just in the box by yourself. Now, first off, what you want to do is, if you're trying to pop heals and you're in a box and they're on, for example, this wall, you're going to want to put a ramp behind you. And then don't bother pulling out your pickaxe because it has a pull out time. You can always hold out your builds and just switch to your heals instantly and pop them. So that's just how you can heal, of course. That's pretty much just common Fortnite sense. Apart from that, this is how you can play really defensive. I do recommend not using wood because they could always trick you and make both of these one hit, and then they could just take you by surprise, take this wall and put a cone in your box. But that's another thing. You want to have a cone or even a stair. I recommend a cone in your box. Now, they are going to try to take one of the walls, assuming. Normally, people are going to put a ramp down, and I do normally recommend taking a peek. This is the smartest peek because they won't be able to see you if you make this peek. So you want to, assuming you don't have confirm edit on release, because I do, so I'm having to hold down when I'm edit, so I can't actually look over this tile without anything. If you don't, you can always just do this and then look over that one and then just put a cone above them and try to fully box them and then reset it. So basically, if you ever see someone pushing like with a ramp, pushing your box like this with a ramp trying to take your wall, you can always just fully piece control them, and I can give you another demonstration. Or you can make a Dorito edit, of course. You can just do a Dorito edit, piece them up and stay back. It is risky because they could easily take a shot while you're doing this. They could shoot you here, so I do recommend the window strat. Like, I can give you another demonstration. So, okay, so basically a window edit is my recommendation because you can just make, like, they can't really see you here. If you're in this part of the window, they can't really see you, and you can just put one there. You can put a wall there without them seeing you, and another wall there without them really being able to get a shot off. Now, once you've got them fully piece controlled, this is where you have to take advantage of the situation. Most people will just jump in. 50-50ing after you've got them fully pieced up is one mistake that a lot of people make, even some of the top tier pros. So the first step, if you have them fully pieced up, is you've got to try to, like, basically bait them. So you can kind of make, if you're a fast editor, I recommend going for, like, that. So I edited that, and they won't be able to have time to make a shot. And then you can basically, if they're standing on top of that, you can make this edit and then reset that super quick, so they're on here again. And then basically they're probably trying to break out. If they're trying to break out the back wall, you can always just make one of them and take an easy shot on them, and then they'll be low. And then that's when you 50-50 them. Just remember that never 50-50 someone's box if you know they are either higher health than you or the same health. You want to make sure you win your fights. Otherwise, if you 50-50 the whole lobby for going like for a 20 bomb, you won't be able to actually get many kills before dying. So yeah. And another thing, you've always got to make sure that you don't get too cocky in fights. So if someone's a lot lower than you, and here's like a mistake a lot of even pros make. They push their box, they just go like this, even if they're low, if the player's low, they just push their box, run in, and just get like 200 pumped. So that's one mistake that you can make, which you definitely want to avoid making. So here's the counter to doing that. You want to basically, as I showed before, doing the like thing here, you can do all of that. But this is called pre-piece control, so you basically can't really get piece controlled. Before you're pushing, as I said, put a cone, a wall, and this is what that will be doing. If you're trying to take their wall, they edit and they make like a box for you so you can't edit out. You still have this cone and this wall or any other wall you placed left, so you can edit this just like this, so it's a ramp and they can't even hit you. And then you've got this wall. It can be hard on controller, but I'm on keyboard and mouse. You're going to make this edit here, basically like a Dorito edit out, and then you can jump out. I do normally recommend jumping up, but you can just go down and box up and reset that. But I do recommend normally just like, say this wasn't here, after you've got the Dorito, I do recommend jumping up, or sorry, I couldn't do that at the time, just jumping up like that, and then boxing up so you've got height on them. So yeah. So moving on to tip number 5, this is basically playing as aggressive as you can. So basically if someone was boxed up right here, and you're trying to push their box, this is a mistake people can make. So you're just pushing, you know, pushing in, put a cone. This is called cone 50-50ing. Cone 50-50ing is a really bad way to basically 50-50 because it's basically the worst 50-50 you can make because it's more about just like jumping in and they can get an easy hits on you. But basically, instead of putting a cone in this situation, if you're jumping in, you will always want to put a ramp. So basically, just like this, jump in, you've got a ramp. Now, if all of these walls are yours, this is how you're going to want to do it. I kind of made one, or just said this about this before, but you're going to want to make like, if everything's yours in this situation, you're going to make like, if you can basically see through it if you're holding it, just like a cone, like you can see through the cone. You want to hold it, and you'll be able to see that they are like right, whichever angle they are on. So basically, for example, they're here, you're going to want to edit this part right here, so it's basically going to look like this when it's done. You're going to edit it, make a jump, and you can easily get a shot right on the person right there. So yeah. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry it was quite short. Go check out my Twitch. It's just so just like my YouTube. Go check it out. I will be live for like a little bit of this video being posted. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helped, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.